Howdy, folks. Howdy. I'm Black Dragon. Welcome to another edition of Black Dragon Biker News Network. Biker news you can trust. And as always, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in from wherever it is in the world that you happen to be. Wow, man. Wow. You asked for it. You got it. There was some new developments. There are some new developments today that are going on with that case over there in Plymouth, England, with the ex Bandidos members who ran over and killed a person in a grandfather, as it were, in a rival motorcycle club. So we're going to talk about that and the ramifications and things like that right after this brief introduction. Swoosh! Swoosh. Hey, I'm Black Dragon. I'd like to welcome you all to another edition of Black Dragon Biker News Network. Biker news you can trust. And, man, okay, so let me pull up the screen here. There's some new developments over in that case where the ex-Bandido members, former Bandidos, the club is now shut down, got into a little tizzy over there that, well, what started off as something that was probably going to be rather minute, it became very big with the actions of one of the members. And, man, really messed it up big. And they got some prison time, but it wasn't a lot. And the daughter of this man who was killed, David Crawford, she went all out to try to get him a higher prison sentence, and even sent messages to myself over here in the United States, and sent messages to everybody, and she got people to and I don't know if this helped or not, but she did it. So, ask and you shall, perhaps ask and you shall receive. So she did everything she could, petitions and everything, to get the sentence extended, a higher sentence. And so that's what she got. She got a higher sentence. I don't know if she'll be happy with it. Seems that they don't do it like they do here in the United States and put people's, ass away forever and throw away the keys. I don't think they do that. Appreciate that donation there. Thank you so much. So I don't know if they do that there, but this is what has happened. So we'll go directly to that story. Bring that on up, will you? Jail term increase for killer of biker ambushed by rival motorcycle gang members. Now, you guys remember this story. It was really kind of gruesome. And we'll get into it. Benjamin Parry, who was found guilty of manslaughter of David Crawford. And that's a picture of David for my viewing audience. For my listening audience, there's a picture of David Crawford, who was sitting in his chair, just chilling in his garage or something, with a bunch of paint around him. And, pictures like these are kind of eerie because you still feel like the person's still alive. You know what I mean? But anyway, found guilty of manslaughter of David Crawford has had his jail term increased from 12 to 15 years. So, I mean, is that a clap or like not a clap? Because like that's oh wow, he got 3 more extra years. Wow. One of the killers of a lone biker who ambushed, and then she had asked for all 3 of the killers to have their terms extended, and she didn't get that. She only got one of the 3 killers. So somebody said, my producer said, no, that's a nod, not quite a clap. But one of the killers of a lone biker who was ambushed by members of a motorcycle gang after they spotted him riding on their patch, wearing rival club colors, has had his jail term increased. David Crawford, 59, from Ivy Bridge, Devon, was hit from behind by a white van on St. Boudreaux Slip Road on Plymouth and dragged for almost 1 kilometer along the A38. Van driver Benjamin Parry, 42 years old, and Chad Brading, 36, both from Plymouth, and Thomas Pauley, 32, from Ivy Bridge, were convicted of the manslaughter. Parry was jailed for 12 years, and Pauley and Brading for 4 years each in January. Now, the Solicitor General referred their sentences to the Court of Appeal to be reviewed, arguing they were unduly lenient. And this was after the daughter and several others sent him petitions and everything else. So I don't know how much of a role that played in it. In a ruling Friday, senior judges increased Parry's jail term to 15 years, finding it was not long enough, the 12 years was not long enough in light of the risk of serious harm or death to the victim by his actions. His driving disqualification was also increased from 10 to 12 years. So I don't know if that means he can't drive for the 10 or 12 of the 15 years he'll be in jail, or does that mean he can't drive for 10 or 12 years later after he gets out of jail, 10 or 15 years from now? I don't know how they do parole and stuff over there and probation. Maybe he'll do the full term, maybe he won't. But the judges did not alter the sentences handed to Pauley and Brading. During their trial at Plymouth Crown Court, jurors were shown footage of Mr. Crawford riding his black Kawasaki before it was stopped by Pauley and Brading in a Mercedes car. Parry, driving his work Ford Transit van, drove into the back of Mr. Crawford's motorbike as it was being obstructed. If you'll remember, they kind of pulled him over and got his attention, and while he was sitting there dealing with them in their Mercedes, the white van came and struck him from behind, running over him and dragging him down the street for over a kilometer. I don't know how far that is compared to miles, is what we do here, but it's a long way, I would imagine. So Parry, driving his work Ford Transit van with a camera in it and everything, it was ridiculous, drove into the back of Mr. Crawford's motorbike as it was being obstructed. Now, grandfather, Mr. Crawford was pinned under the van and dragged underneath until Parry turned off at the next junction, almost a kilometer away. The court heard that Parry, Pauley, and Brading were members of the Devon-based Bandidos Motorcycle Club at that time, while Mr. Crawford was a member of a rival chapter, the Cornwall-based Red Chiefs Motorcycle Club. So, sentencing the gang, Mr. Justice Garnham described the killing as senseless and an act of unaccountable stupidity. The stupidity, he said, was just unaccountable. He told the defendants at Exeter Crown Court, the 3 of you were members of the Bandido Motorcycle Club. You were alerted to the fact that members of 2 other motorcycle clubs, the Hells Angels and their supporters, the Red Chiefs, had congregated at Retail Park in Plymouth and were flying their colors. In other words, wearing jackets or cuts displaying the insignia of the clubs. The judge said, and this is really interesting. He said, in the infantile world of such motorcycle clubs, he said infantile, like motorcycle clubs are childish, like they're infantile, they're childish, they're stupid, they're small, they're petty, they're, well, you know. You know. The G word. In the infantile world of such motorcycle clubs, and it does seem kind of infantile. It does seem infant-like, immature, childish, that we do this, and the world looks down on us like, what? In the infantile world of such motorcycle clubs, to ride a motorbike in a neighboring county displaying your colors is, it seems, to cause great offense to the club that considers the county its home territory. The way he talked down on them, not the territory the club owns, not the territory the club is lawfully entitled to, but the territory that the club considers their county its home territory. It considers that county is its home territory. In the infantile world, in the immature, baby-like, infant-like world of motorcycle clubs, of these motorcycle clubs, displaying someone else's colors is just such an affront, such an offense to the club that considers that county its home territory. And folks like us, we're like, yeah, that's, but when you think about it, it's like, yeah, that's right. Crazy. He said you were each contacted by the sergeant at arms of your club about the presence of the other clubs, and you each took to the streets of Plymouth. The court heard that all but one of the motorbikes from the club were seen crossing the border back to Cornwall. So when those clubs went back to Cornwall, Mr. Crawford was heading back at the toll booths back into Devon. Unfortunately, I guess he let the others get ahead of him. So as he's heading back there, what happens? The judge continues. You all agreed that the lone motorcyclist should be stopped. So there he was heading back, and you guys agreed. You're like, okay, let's stop that guy by himself. And you guys also agreed that it was not acceptable for him to ride in his Cornish red chief colors in Devon, and given what is colloquially called a slap to underline the point. He says, by slap, I mean a punch or the like, an assault that would cause him some relative minor injury or pain. You guys all agreed to this. You agreed he shouldn't be riding back, he shouldn't be displaying his colors, and we're going to stop him and give him a slap, punch, or something. However, that's not how it turned out. Footage described as sickening by the judge captured the moment Parry, driving between 10 and 27 miles an hour, drove into the back of the stopped and distracted Mr. Crawford's motorbike, throwing him into the air. Parry did not stop despite knowing he had struck Mr. Crawford, and drove on with him trapped beneath the van on what the judge called a ghastly journey. Ghastly, the judge said. Mr. Crawford was then propelled from under the van as Parry turned off the dual carriageway, but the defendants continued to drive home, Parry in the van and Polly and Brading in the Mercedes. And the judge said, Mr. Crawford was utterly innocent in all this. He had just been out for a ride on his bike with his friends in the motorbike clubs. Neither he nor his fellow bikers had done anything wrong that evening. You three had absolutely no business trying to dictate who rode their bikes in Devon or what they wore when doing so. Basically, you had no business trying to patch police, and you're going to go to jail for it. He said that Mr. Crawford's family, including his wife, daughters, and granddaughter, had been devastated by the senseless killing. And with that, he increased the sentence of the one man from 12 to 15 years, the man who did the driving over him, over the top of him. I remember what it looks like to see such a thing. I pulled a brother of mine or got to the accident scene after a brother of mine had been run over from behind a couple years ago. I watched him die in the ambulance, or maybe he was already dead. I saw them working on him and doing the resuscitation attempts and the CPR, cardiopulmonary resuscitation. And I saw his body and his chest going up and down. And they did it for forever, man. Forever. And they were doing it as the ambulance pulled away. And I was just looking at it like, oh my goodness, man. It doesn't look like he's going to make it. I remember they drugged this man until his helmet melted away and drug his face across the ground. For that, they only give 12 years. Oh, excuse me, 15. And the other guys, I think they only got, they kept the same sentences they had, which was, what was it? Do you guys remember? Was it 5 years or something? Here in the United States of America, you would have gone to jail. They'd have thrown away the keys. I'm trying to look to see what the term the other guys got. But anyway, they I can't remember what they got, 10 or 12 years, something like that. It was sad. It's sad. It's just not enough time. It's not enough time for a life. And you know, in my opinion, you know, who am I? I'm nobody. But geez, that was crazy. Absolutely freaking crazy. And why? Oh, that's right. They were wearing their colors in the wrong place, wrong time. It's gotten crazy where these guys ain't even fighting over like money. They ain't fighting over pimping or drug dealing, or they're not fighting over real estate. I mean, real estate. They're not fighting over property. They're not fighting over. They're fighting over silly stuff like, oh, you got your colors on over here, dude. You can't ride over here like that. Do you guys know the strength of what motorcycle clubs would be if we just stuck together? I got a message today that I guess we're sending troops into Africa or something. And we got all these troops going around all the place, and we're fighting back and forth with China over weather balloons and all this business going on. Close to war with They got messing around with Russia over there. We're sending Abrams tanks. We got a lot going on. And bikers in the same country in different neighborhoods want to kill each other. Some kind of penis measuring contest. When we really should be getting ready worldwide, some of these clubs are worldwide. Should be getting ready worldwide for the things we're going to be facing. That's what we should be getting ready for. And you can't come back from some of the things you guys are doing to each other. You can't come. We won't be able to be friends when we need to be. Can't come back. White Up says, talk to bros about this, killings, fights over stupid shit. And all I got was members and some MCs are bored. Then let's put them on a motorcycle. Put them on and let them go on a ride. That's what we need to do. This is gotten just really, really crazy. So, and a grandfather lost. Just lost. And in the United States, if you're watching the United States, somebody pulled into somebody's driveway and they came out shooting. Somebody walked up to somebody's front door and knocked on the front door. He comes out shooting. Is it the water? Is it 5G? What the hell is going on? Motorcycle clubs are supposed to be full of disciplined men. Motorcycle professionals. And we've had our share of these killings in our motorcycle club. The VP of our Wichita chapter was murdered in much a similar fashion in somebody's driveway not long ago. I believe we had 2 shot then, and 1 was killed. Mindless and senseless, but motorcycle clubs, we've always been able to sit at the table. We've always given a warning before we did something crazy. We'd go talk at the table. It's not like when our VP got killed, girl walked up and asked him for help. She was involved with something up the driveway, and she saw the bikers down there and came down and asked for help, and they just went down and shot him up. Blasted him. We're going through our craziness. So anyway, I'm going to leave this here, and hopefully we can find something out. Hopefully we can find a better way. Hopefully we can find something other than just killing each other. Hopefully. So whatever happened to handing out an ass whooping, somebody asked. And I'm glad that you brought that up. And why does it have to escalate to murder? I'm glad that you brought that up, because I'm going to do a reaction video to a video that Hollywood did today. I might do that reaction video tonight. And there is a creator out there that is starting a thing called Knuckle Up, which is a plea for us to get back to fist fighting. As crazy as that may seem. So I might cover that tonight. I'm gonna do a reaction video to that. But anyway, I'm gonna let that go at 25 minutes. I think there's no need to talk this one to death. I would like to take the time, however, to say so long and much love, honor, and respect to my brother-in-law, Walter Shaw, who passed away earlier today, congestive heart failure. He is the father of my nieces and nephews. I have known him for I guess maybe 40 years, something like that. Through the good times and the bad times. I hate to see that he's gone away. To my baby sister and my nieces and nephews, I love you all, and I am so sorry for your loss. And I hope you know that Uncle John is here for you in whatever way you need me. And remember all the great times you had with your papa when he had you guys in the front seat of the car rolling around with you, and all the fun and cool things he did. And the fact that you do know he loved you. And that is immeasurable. Not everybody had a papa. So be happy and thankful and celebrate his life because you did. Okay? My dearest nieces and nephews, I love you so much. All right. That's my 2 cents. I'd love to hear your 2 cents in the comments section below. Make sure to join us on the Discord channel. The description of Discord is in the description box below. You can hit me at Black Dragon at blacksabbathmc.com. If you will want to support the channel, $ Biker Prez over there on Cash App, PREZ, $ Biker Prez. Or you can use the super chat here or the stars over on Facebook. My mother used to say you can recognize the truth whenever you hear it because the truth has a ring of familiarity that sounds familiar even if you've never heard it before. So always look for the familiar sound when you hear something, whether you're judging it to be true. And if it sounds too good to be true, then it most likely is. Hit the like button, y'all. Share and subscribe. And you can find Black Dragon Biker TV on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and also over on LinkedIn Live. My books, Prospects Bible, Sergeant's Bible, President's Bible, Public Relations Officer's Bible, are all available on Amazon and Kindle or at blackdragonsgear.com, where you can also get autographed versions. You can also get the Prospects Bible on Audible. Join our podcast daily called The Dragon's Lair Motorcycle Chaos, LAIR, The Dragon's Lair Motorcycle Chaos. And I believe that's it. You can hit me at Black Dragon at blacksabbathmc.com. And my number here in the studio is 404-692-0336. Let's make peace, not war, man. Let's make peace, not war. Let's turn this around. You can get the best if you demand the best. My producer said that's make love, not war. Sorry. Let's make love, not war. You can get the best if you demand the best. So I definitely appreciate that. Let's take care, y'all. Oh, Black Dragon, I got trigger finger too. That makes us brothers. What meds was you on? I need some so I can sing also. Oh my goodness. You guys take care out there. I appreciate you all, and I thank you all for watching my show, listening to an old man rant. That means the world to me. All right. I'm out. Let me hit the right out button. Okay, I found it. Thanks, y'all. Take care.
Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book.
Get Black Dragon's first book, The Prospect's Bible, to learn how to join a motorcycle club. It has been an Amazon #1 bestseller for the past 7 years and is required reading for motorcycle clubs worldwide. This book is a must-have for new people venturing onto the motorcycle club set. It will teach you how to prepare yourself for service to the motorcycle club nation and show you how to qualify a motorcycle club to be worthy of your service. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and for order at your local bookstore. Get your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club prospect you can be. Get the book.
And we'll see you in a minute when we break out the first book out. Dad, we're going to be looking at is.
Well, let's do yours first.
Yeah, how about you first?